Well, good day, tubes. How's she hanging? Pretty good here. So, got a little bit of work to do here tonight, but just wanted to show you the garlics here. The scapes are scaping. Just wanted to show you that if you're interested in the garden and stuff. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know what's going to happen with those, but we'll find out, I guess. So, we're working on this little cover here. I got it all cleaned up. It's actually aluminum. They had painted it, but I don't think I'm just gonna clean it up maybe a little more or whatever and leave it like this. I didn't sandblast it because where that governor arm comes out here to the rod to the carburetor, there's little wee needle bearings in there, and I didn't really want to get all the sand and junk in there, so I just kind of cleaned it up in the parts washer and got her clean. I made a new gasket for it. This didn't come in the kit, which was surprising. Let's see, that should go no, this away. And I did tear it a little bit putting the hole in, but I'm going to silicone this too, so that should be fine. So, should all fit there. That's the new little gasket for it. And there is a seal for the little fork thing and the little shaft. I still got it down at the other building there. That comes out to the arm. This was the little seal in it. Couldn't just pick it out. I had to actually crush it down a bit, make it a bit smaller, and then it popped out. But that's basically just, I think it's leather in there. I don't really know. It might be a rubber. Hard to say. I don't know. It's seen better days though. So we got a new one of them to put in. I haven't pulled this seal out yet, the main crankshaft seal. I got a seal puncher pusher kit thing. I don't know how well it's going to do, but we'll maybe get it out and start pushing on this. And then see if we can install this new seal into here that we've got in the building here. Well, that guy sure is barking up there. Where is he? There he is. I just got off the Microsoft flight sim myself. Flew from New York to Toronto Pearson on the King Air. Cessna King Air? Is that right? King Air, anyways. Now, yeah, it was a pretty good little flight. I enjoyed it. Jumped on in the King Air and for a little rip. So, it took, well, actually, I put it on autopilot, went and had dinner, and then came back and landed it, but it went all good. Straight in, landing 2-4 left. So that's our new governor seal. By the way, that is small, small, small. So, I don't think I've got a seal driver that's new. I do not have one that small. Although I probably could use one of these things, but it's kind of, well, no, it's not too bad here. We're going to give this a little spray. I really think it was this seal that was probably leaking. I would imagine. Hopefully that doesn't feel like any burr on it. So it should go in all right. Just try to start it here. Maybe. Need something to rest this on here. What about a piece of wood? That'd be better. So are you guys in the shot? You're not too bad. I'm gonna get you, move myself here and get you a bit closer. Alright, so I just want to try to get this thing started here. Seems awful tight. We got her started, and we'll use this driver here, I guess. Just need the small guy. Well, you know what? That's still not going to work because this has to go like that. And that won't fit in that seal without wrecking it, so we won't be using that. What's the next best thing we could use? Probably a socket. One of these maybe. That one will work pretty good there to a certain point. 15 mil. Just want to get her flush. That'll do, bud. No more than that. Oh, actually, we're pretty good there. I thought I went a bit too far. Because you're not going to get that thing back out again. Okay, that's good. That is good. Let's have a look here. Went in a little bit too far, but I think we're good. We're not touching the barreling in there, and it's still spinning, so that's good. That's where that arm shaft goes through to the little fork that pushes on the whatchamacallit thingy there. The governor inside the engine. So now I haven't got this seal out yet. This one's gone all really hard and stuff. Might be a struggle getting this out of here. I got my puller, but I might have to drive it the other way. So make sure I'm just pulling on the seal. Well, I got the stab marks, and now I got the spring out. Have to use a driver. I don't have much faith in these pullers, although they're not bad. Yeah, this is not going to work too well. Well, let's see, what do we got that's close? That one's pretty close there. That one's too big. What is it? 63 millimeter. Okay. This is a seal driver and installer, this thing. I'll probably use this to install the new one. And spring side towards the inside. Moving it. That's about as far as it's moved it. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Now, can we use the back side of one of these other ones here? Of course, that one's too big. Okay, well, we're going to have to do this another way. Another way. We do have punches, but there we go. Just like that. Okay, I want to clean that up a little bit in there. A little grimy. And that way up. And there's our new one. New seal. Should be good. If I mess it up, I got two other ones. Let me get some cleaning stuff and we'll clean that up. Alright, well, let's spray in some WD-40 first, and we'll just kind of rub that around. Let's clean that surface a little bit. So this little needle bearing in here gets all lubricated from the engine oil. And I hope it's okay, because I really don't want to have to excavate that. I'm not going to go that far, I don't think. Seals, yeah, because I don't want it leaking all over the place. And that front carrier thing, holy smokes, you should have seen the amount of muck that was in there. I couldn't believe how much I dug out. I'll have to show it to you. It's not quite ready yet. It's just got painted today, so. Oh, the baby turkeys are just coming over this way. I think they're gonna cut into the bush. I don't think they want to come here because they kind of heard me talking there, but let's have a look. Look at the baby turkeys. Mama turkey, two mama turkeys. Little babies. They're loving that dirt I just put there, I guess. Anyways. Pretty cool. There's a whole bunch of them. There's some more coming now. Digging. Digging and pecking. Oh, look. What are you doing way over here by yourself? Hi. What petting? Cheep, 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 cheep. How'd you get so separated? You better go find your mama. Oh dear. They're leaving you. Anywho, back to work. It's all good. So yeah, where all this stuff mounts on, and the carrier that carries for the front axle. Man, it was, wow. I couldn't believe how much stuff was junk stuff was in that. All right, we're fairly clean there. Don't feel any burrs. There's a little bit over here, but I don't think that was from me. And this is the new bearing. The new seal. It's a little different. This isn't gonna install very nice because this one's a little bit different. I don't know if you can see the difference there, but the other one was kind of inside. And that one's got a bit more of a lip. So I'm gonna look at my other seal just to see what it's like. Yeah, it's pretty much the same, so this is going to be interesting. I do not like these new ones with the rubber on them. They're terrible to install. I love these ones that are smooth-sided ones, but that's what I got. Put on a little bit of lube to it, maybe. Well, they're supposed to sort of fit in tight, but now, actually that just pressed in. I could push it in pretty good there. Okay. That's a really interesting one to try to install. Maybe I'll just do it like this. A little bit at a time. Not quite bottomed out yet. Still not quite there. I don't want anything kind of too sharp to install this, but ooh, careful, don't wreck the seal. Or wreck the spring. Boy oh boy, we're getting there. This side here has to go in a bit more. You can see, like, I got a little gap there, right? I want that to be, I want this to be tight, so you can see I'm better over here, so I just gotta hit it a little bit right there. Ugh. I didn't punch through the seal there, did I? No, I don't think so. That would suck. Gosh, that one's really tough to get in there. Ugh. Not quite there yet. I don't really want to use one of these because that just isn't going to work on that. It's kind of putting it in reverse, right? It's a little bit kind of backwards. But I need to get this side a bit more. Leaving little dents in there from this thing, but I don't want to hit something. I don't want to hit it with something sharp. Well, it's coming slowly but surely. It looks all good in here though, but in here it seems like I've got a little bit of a gap still. Oh! Damage the stupid seal now. That spring, if you don't know what they do, they're once it's installed in that thing, it'll spring out a bit, and then it's meant to keep constant pressure on the inside of the seal. Like, so say my fingers are whatever shaft or whatever you're putting through there, so it's going to squeeze it open, and it's got constant pressure pushing on the inside of the whole seal, right? So it's always pushing pressure, but these things do wear out, you know, eventually. And then this one, like I say, has gotten really hard. Or this one's like nice and soft and pliable still, right? Well, I'd still like to get it down a little bit more over here. I don't want to hit it with something too blunt, you know, too sharp. Too sharp. Have it right there. Well, that's probably all I'm gonna get. I don't think that's just gonna push out, is it? No. Should be all good. Now I do have a big socket that I could maybe get matched just to finish it off here. Let me go see if I can find one about that size that's not gonna hit the ridge. It's gonna be awful close, so it looks kind of like a 1 7/8. I want to put a thing in there too. Whoa! Okay, please don't damage, please don't damage. I don't think I'm gonna get it any more than that. Maybe I should get a bigger hammer. Bigger hammer. Might have drove it a little more. Hurt nothing yet. Oh, now we got her, boys. That was all we needed. We got a nice, good, tight fit between the case and the seal there now. That's all we needed, just a direct blow to it. Okay, so whenever I get little hub ready that actually goes onto this through here onto the spline. It's got the sealing surface there, and then your flywheel goes out here, kind of thing, and then, well, it's this way actually, and then your arm goes up here. Like I say, everything's in paint right now, so we'll be a wee bit until it's kind of ready. I'm gonna let her harden up a little bit. But we did her. We got her installed. Needed a few little thingies here and there, but kind of glad I had the seal driver kit. It worked somewhat. Come on, baby. And oh, we got something going on here. What do we do here? Nope, messed that right up. There. Oh, yeah, we got to put this guy back in. Couldn't really use this for installing it just because, you know, our way we're hitting it on the rubber, not on like this side. That would have been fine that way, but that's all right. Kind of glad I got that driver kit. That worked good. Okay, that was the seal. One of them, anyways. And that was the bag from the other one. It's got no number on it though, but that was the seal for the little wee guy there. That was a tiny little seal. I don't think I've ever done them that small before. There we go. That is in, ready to go. Should be all good. And that's the way it sits on the tractor. And I believe it was probably this one that was leaking because of the shape of wherever that went. This little guy here. It felt kind of like a rubber, but I kind of think it was, I don't know. I'm not too sure what that sort of stuff was, but I mean, it wouldn't take much for that little thing to start leaking. So there we go. I guess that's about as far as we can go. Let's go in the container for a minute here. I've got the surface on this side cleaned up pretty good. It's not too bad there. I think I can work with that anyways. Put some silicone going on in the gasket, and I guess the gears look fine in there. Should be all right. And then just got to remember which one went where now. The bolts. And this one, that'd be a short one there. Short one there. That one would be a short too because of the gears. And that one seems like a longer-ish one. Probably just going to reuse them all again. And yeah, I did clean up a little bit on this, but I didn't go crazy. So I got to get this one thing apart here, I guess. Though I don't think I'm going to paint these nuts. I'm just going to stick them back on, but I got to get this guy off of here. I'll have to get a couple more of these nuts. I got something that big, and get that apart. I can thread that feller back in, and then tighten that back on. So I also got to get some great big huge lock washers, which I believe I have. I want to replace them. Something too was going weird on this, if I remember right. The throttle would have to go a long way before it kind of did anything. I didn't really understand what was going on with that, but maybe from doing something here it might help it. I don't know. Wonder if something was out of adjustment on this thing. This is an adjustable rod here too, but I mean, it seemed to move a whole lot before it kind of started to move the carburetor over there. So I don't know, we'll have to try it again and see what it does. But yeah, these, I don't think I'm gonna paint these up. I'll just jam them back on. And the cover that we just worked on, I'm gonna leave it aluminum too. This one's aluminum as well, which is, it's kind of interesting for back then, but I guess they were sort of getting into the aluminum a bit. Well, the 2N, I think it was the 2N or the 9N, had an all aluminum hood on it at one time because of the war. The metal was harder to get, so they were using aluminum. So if you got one of them, it's pretty rare actually. Somebody out there needs some brake work. Better not do that, I might start leaking. But yeah, I guess that's it for today. Oh, I do want to check that rocker. You guys were right. I wonder if I've got a bent push rod there. Which means I'm going to take this whole cover off again. I've glued it on with silicone. And I might have to pull the top off of here. Something's wonky with it, because like as you could see from that video, it was working, but it was like moving to the side. So something's weird with that. I'm not sure if the rod's bent. Pretty sure I put them all back in the same spot, so I mean it could be, but well, maybe we'll pop this cover off here tonight just to say we did. I'll get some lights going out here. We'll get some toolages going here and pull this cover off, and maybe pull this cover off again. You know, I've glued it on twice now. Should have done it before I glued it, I guess. Oh well. All right, well, let's pull the push rod cover off here. You know, it's on. Super awesome. And we do have another gasket. I guess if we do bugger it up here. And I guess we could use that. Nice to get all the ignition done here too. Let's see if we can figure out why it was running really odd. Really odd. Run for a few minutes and then blah. I don't know why. We're losing a bit of oil now. Better get some towels ready, and there goes my glasses. Get some towels ready. Sure, it's gonna leak to other places too. At least I know it was holding the oil back. So that's good. We've got a new distributor cap, new rotor. New wires, new plugs, new coil, the 12-volt internally resisted coil. Ooh, that's going to come off really not too bad, hopefully. Oh, there's lots of oil coming out. Oh boy. Well, the good thing about oil is it'll just pretty much find its bottom, its gravity. Okay, that's not how I wanted that gasket to come off. It's kind of a weird gasket on this thing. Big old cork gasket. It was well sealed down though, I must say. It did good that way. Alright. So. I'm wondering if we got a bent push rod. Something. I just hope it's not deeper into the engine, because if it is, that's the way she's going to stay. Because I'm not going to get into that. I don't want to have to tear right into it. Now, I think it was this one here. If I remember right. So, we got to pull the top cover off here too. I believe it's a 9/16. Lots of cleaning to do now to get that cover to go back on. Let's zoom me up here. Where's that? way there. Just glued her on again. I can't believe I'm taking this off again. Oh well. She's all good, bud. Now, these things were a bit of a nuisance to get off. Might have to use not too bad. Got spare ones of those too in that kit. Well, silicone worked good again. There she comes. Beautiful. Actually stayed mostly down onto there. If it'll stay there, that'd be nice. But I'll probably get it off to re-glue it down again, I would think. Which we might as well try to do now without hurting them. Stuck down pretty good. Hey. Lovely. Okay. So I believe, yes, it was this one here. So I guess I will have to get it, the valve train loose enough to get this out of here, but I'd like to, I can't even crank it over now. I can't even crank it over yet because I don't have the front together. Oh man, I got oil all down the side of it. I'll have to hit her up with some brake cleaner or something. What a mess. What a mess. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I can not sure what's going on with it. Could be bent. You know, I spin it there though, and it looks perfect. Just as good as that one, that would be tight. That one's actually got a wobble in it here. I'll have to play. It's tight. But yeah, it was that one that was doing that. That is weird. Ugh. And that's an intake. That one is an intake. This one here, that was moved to the side. They all have that spring there to kind of push it back to center, right? Boy, I don't know. I think probably the only real way I could potentially see what it's doing is get it into a drill press to see if it's got any wobble on it or something, maybe. Bit of junk in there. Boy, I don't know. else looks pretty good. A little bit of junk in there. Well, let's see if I can potentially get it. Just get on her, bud. Get her loose enough there. I could maybe get it out. What size? 5/8. Instead of having to release everything here, I'll see if I can just this end. Let's take this adjuster right out maybe here. I don't know if that's going to give me enough. Oh, of course not. I don't think there's any way I'm going to push that down. Oh, really didn't want to have to take this all off again. Or loosen it so I can just get it off. Feels tight on the shaft, so that's good. Oh, if I could just push that spring down. No way you can do that by hand. Holy smokes. Oh man, I didn't really want to take this right off of here again. I'm going to torque it all down again. Socket for them. Oh. This won't fit that. Let me grab a 5/8 socket here. Basically just need to get it loose enough. Getting all these lined up wasn't fun. Silly things. Whew. Boom! That's what I want to hear. Okay, still not quite enough room. Holy smokes. Really didn't want to take this right off again. Yeah, that should get us out. There we go. Okay. Boy, I don't know. It doesn't look bad at all. The other one looked a lot worse. These things spin too, right? When they get to keep them from wearing. How it does that though, I don't know. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna have to wait, I guess, until I get the friend all back together to see what's going on here, but why on earth would that be doing that? I just hope it's not a problem on the bottom here. It could be, hard to say. Well, I'm gonna chuck this thing up on my drill here. I thought, that might work. It's fairly smooth. That should chuck up all right, and we'll see if we got any movement here. Oh, you boys are right every time. We've got definitely some bend in that. Looks like I gotta order some of these now too. Watch this. Let's see if we can get you into a spot here I'll try to hold it as still as I can. Look at the bendage in that. Let's go speed 2. So this thing's, wow, let's get a mark. I'm gonna try to line this up in the camera. Where's my mark gone? Oop. Okay, so there's the mark. So we're gonna try to so that thing's spinning about that, well, it's off and on. So that's got a bend in it, I would say. Whew. That's not good, is it? Definitely see the wobble. Let's go fast and see if we can see it. Oh yeah. Okay, let's grab another one just for fun. Okay, this is the exhaust. And you know what? It's even worse. Now I can hold it, but I can definitely feel it shaking me, right? Watch when I hold the end how much the drill's moving. It's chucked in there. I don't think that's the problem. Okay, I'm gonna grab some more. Okay, I'm changing drills. I wonder if my drill's not very good. So I got my big Milwaukee 1/2-inch drill, and we'll see if we get any wobble here now. Yeah, still a bit on this one. That was the first one. Maybe I'll just order a set of these and just stop worrying about them. And there's the second one. Well, it's pretty good. I'm moving a little bit there. That one's actually really good. And I think it's this drill. It's probably not a very good drill. The old, what the heck is this thing? It's a rigid. This is the last one I just brought out. It's got a hair bit to it, but definitely that first one. Chuck him up again. This first one is probably what's doing it. Yeah, I think I'm going to order a set of these too. Push rods. A set of push rods. Ooh, these aren't cheap. Steiner has them though, sold individually of course. I think I'm just going to do them all, even though the other ones are probably fine. You know what, that's like doing half a job if you only do like one. $11.99 US a piece for a push rod. Oh boy. Let's have a look at her here. Is there any better pictures? Make sure that is the right one. Yeah, looks push roddy-ish. The little ball in that end. So we need 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? You. Not 18, 8. Add to cart. Holy smokes. Now they're going to be super expensive on shipping for this, for a stupid little package. Oh man. $95.92. Let's estimate delivery to Canada A and Ontario A. Estimate delivery, please select an option. Economy to Canada is $62.30 for premium. It doesn't, like an average of 5 to 7 days or something for that one. $70 or almost as much as the parts. Well, you only live once. Let's do that one. So I'll PayPal check out these, and a couple of weeks we'll probably have them here. So you've probably seen this box throughout the video here on the table. I got one of these cool things for here for when I do stuff outside. Just plug her into the Dewey there, and pull out your cord, pull her out, pull her out, pull her out. Go out and do your thing. you're done for the day. Reel her back in, put her away, bud. So much better than stupid extension cord things and rolling all them up. But yeah, so I ordered them push rods. They will be here 3 to 7 days. The little piece, so it's not even up here, but the little piece that holds, and it screws onto the big bracket piece that holds onto here. I ordered another one of them too the other day. Boy, oh boy, this part here though, it is wore into that other part really bad. It's supposed to screw in, and I think it's going to screw in and do this. I don't know, I still got to drive that bushing out of here. And then the piece itself that mounts, that screws onto there, it had a bushing in it too, and that didn't come with one. So I ordered another one of these bushings here that I'm going to hopefully use for that bracket piece, because there's like a little short bushing like this. That's the size of that pin. So never come with that. It came with the one for the axle, but not. So I don't know. I don't know how good and how tight I'll get this front axle. It's definitely not going to be like new. Probably have to do the same thing like we did on the old 2N there, which was what do? We got some of them copper slat pieces, jammed them in and then silicone the crap out of it. I don't know how long that'll last. Probably not long. But like I say, like that's not something that you service. Nobody ever takes their front axle pin out and replaces it, you know, before it's wearing into the actual housing. So I'll get her as best I can. Hopefully it doesn't fall apart. And straight silicone in there, that's just not going to work. JB Weld might work for a while. It'll probably just crumble and fall out. It's a lot of strain on that, right? It's all the whole axle and the weight of the front of the tractor. You're going up and down things. That's a lot of weight. So I guess we'll wait for those parts. We'll put that back together. We'll put the front back together when I get those pieces dry and ready. I've got the big bracket painted, sandblasted. Okay, so took it off, scraped out the muck, scraped around, put it in the parts washer, washed it all for like an hour, got it pretty much cleaned, and took it out, let it dry for a day, and put it in the sandblaster, sandblasted it all up, and then I primed it and then painted it. So it's going to be red too. I wish I could paint the block on this too. It would look so much nicer, but everything else is painted. Doesn't it look nice from like the head to the block looks like crap now? Like there's not much I can do about that. I didn't really want to get into whole strip down paint, because then I got to do the whole thing. And the paint on it, well, comparing the two now is not great, but it's not bad. So I didn't really want to get into a complete strip and paint. I don't really have the facility for that, right? I mean, I could do it in here. You can't really paint in here though. Get on her, bud. You can't really paint in here, so I'm like, I don't really want to get into all that. Plus, like I say, you'd have to strip and clean and paint the rest of it, and that's a job for like a paint shop. Like, you gotta have it right. So I'm like, no, we're not doing that. So as best I can, as best I can. So anyways, I guess that's it for today. Whenever we get the other parts cleaned or painted, and I just painted the pulley today too, the belt pulley. Primed it, so it's got to get painted, and yeah, then we can start putting her back together. Get this front back together. Get those push rods in and put them in too, and re-gap everything, because that's going to be all off again. But we have to get the front together before we can use it to turn it over. And well, you know what? I could turn it over. Yes, I could. I could just thread in that front thingy for the crank thingy, and that would work. But got parts to get in, got parts to get back up here. Oh, I still got to do that fan shroud too for the new radiator, which I've got in here, waiting and waiting and waiting. It's in a nice big box here, just waiting. So new radiator too. I thought, you know what? We got this hood off. We might as well do this stuff, right? So it's costing me a lot of money, but it'll be all done. So, anyways, I just didn't like the looks of this old radiator here. I'm like, it'd probably be all right, but you know, it's got stuff all plugged in here too from years. You know what I found? I gotta show you when I get this bracket that I painted up here, all the muck cleaned out of it. There's a big valley in it. I didn't even know it was there. It was full of stuff. There was great big corn seeds all buried in that muck. Didn't grow, of course, not in that gooey, slimy stuff. Corn seeds. There was a couple of lock washers, a lot of dirt and a lot of oil from the leak, I guess. And yeah, it's all cleaned and painted now. It looks really good, actually. And you can see where I guess the pin had worn out quite a bit, and I guess the bushings had worn, and it actually had started the axle. I don't know if I can see it on here. I don't probably have it up the right way, or do I? The axle, where's my light? The axle had actually started to smash. Yeah, right here, I think. Oop. It had actually, well, I don't know exactly where, but somewhere in here, one of these little spots, it started to smash into thing, and it's actually crushed it down a lot. Holy smokes. Anyways, tractors, I love them. Love working on them. I just don't like spending the money on them. But anyways, it's all right. It's all good. I hope you guys are enjoying it. So I'm enjoying it too. It's fun. Gives me something to do. I still kind of miss my mechanically kind of sort of background that I've sort of had, and it's kind of nice to do a little bit of work on things, you know. But anyways, I guess I'm rambling on too much here. We'll call her a day. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you all later, and of course I'll let you know when these parts come in, and probably our next project will be putting that little cover on. We put the seals on, the little hub thingy that the seals the front there with. Get the big bracket on. I've got this one here. I got to get this apart. Get a couple of nuts on there, big nuts to hold it, and then that should just turn right off. Put the stud back in, and get that front rebuilt. But anyways, there we go. So that's it. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you all later, and you guys have a good day.